Hello everyone, I'm SP and welcome to episode 21 of I Love TCAP. Now this here show of mine was only supposed to have about 20 episodes, but I'm going to keep going for a couple of reasons. I enjoy making this show, it's fun, I connect with other TCAPists, and I'm going to be real, it works for my channel. I get watch hours, subscribers, the whole 9 yards. So I'm probably going to keep going with this show until I don't feel like I need to anymore. I hope that's alright. So who are we lambasting today? Last time it was religious pred, this time it's the same thing. Something wolf in sheep's clothing. Anyway, we're talking about the Jesus Rocks Predator. Now, it's a sad story or a sad moment to see a young man ruin his life, but too bad so sad, make better choices. Oh no. Before we get started, I have a playlist, 20 other episodes, so make sure to check that out. I may have covered your favorite Predator, but I do take requests as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get into it.
And I want you to make me a Krabby Patty!
Response.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick when y'all just stroking my shit.
What?
I love this spoof thing we do with the phones now, but it takes forever to dial all these numbers.
You just couldn't make this up. There we are. It's a Saturday afternoon, and there's this massive wildfire.
Ah, yes, the wildfire on the opposite side of the country that shut down everything. I'm just being facetious. Obviously, I understand that the servers were cut off and that kind of got in the way of things. But I imagine we would have gotten a much bigger sting if it wasn't for them losing 9 hours worth of content. Well, 9 hours worth of Predators.
Hey, Matt. It's Angel. Where are you at?
After the date is made and the potential predator says he's in fact coming over, they always have a follow-up phone call. So we kind of have a better sense of when these guys are going to show up. Pib talked to Matthew Cogburn and kept track of Cogburn as he got closer to our hidden camera house.
To this day, I did not know this man's name until just now. He was always the Jesus Rocks Pred, so weird.
Walking up the walk towards the door.
She may not even open the door.
All right, now back up. He's right there. Keep going.
You can tell a lot about a person by the way they walk and hold themselves. I can tell this guy's a mega super virgin. Which would be sad, a lot of people go through life looking for a connection, wanting to meet somebody and stuff. And, again, it would be sad if he didn't go to this extreme to kind of mitigate that. Matthew finds himself in a certain camp, though. One of people going easy on him because he's young, he's Christian, he seems like a nice guy. You think he would have learned his lesson. But that lapse in judgment, if he was such a good person, this lapse of judgment wouldn't have happened.
Hi, come on in. I just gotta put this in the dryer real quick.
Okay.
Just take a seat, because if I don't put this in the dryer, it gets really wrinkled. I'll get in a lot of trouble. Come on into the kitchen and take a seat. I even made some sweet tea. I'll get it out.
All right.
Cogburn wanted a blonde, and Emily isn't naturally blonde.
Which is fair, I'm not naturally blonde either. But they could have splurged a bit on the wig. I mean, a $10 Party City wig, look at the way he's just standing looking at the door. He was thinking about booking it.
Did you have a hard time getting here?
Well, the road that I was looking for didn't show up.
My fault with the directions.
No. I got directions off my computer.
Alright, let's have a look at that screen name. Honestly, pretty plain, but points out for basically doxing himself. I'm joking. I'm sure Central Georgia is a big place, and there's lots going on.
Why don't you have a seat there and get comfortable for that?
I had a feeling this was going to happen.
You had a feeling what was going to happen. Go ahead, sit down, please.
I don't know why Chris turning off the TV is funny to me. It's kind of a weird distraction. But I'm going to start trying to rate Chris's entrances now. New thing on the show. So, subscribe. I'm going to give this one a 3, though. We started off with a banger. It was boring, not very roasty, and kind of distracted by the TV. I wonder what they were watching.
No.
Well, no, I need to talk to you about a couple of things, and I think you're going to want to talk about it. It's going to take a few minutes, so why don't you have a seat? Cogburn immediately recognizes me. It was one of the first investigations where we were seeing a number of guys who had seen previous To Catch a Predator investigations and had shown up and stayed and chatted anyway.
I don't know how I feel about that. And, like, the people staying behind and giving the interview, are they just being honest? Or are they just being stupid? To this day, I don't know what I would do in their shoes. You know, a lot of TCAPists talk about, like, if they were in that place, what they would do. And I don't want to be in their shoes. So, I do my best to not kind of do that. Now, you're ready for some babbling.
What was your plan here today?
I can't answer that as I want to because I've been in a struggle myself with what I want to do because I'm still a virgin and I think it's stupid that I did this.
Like what? Speak up. We're trying to roast you. This is another one where Chris comes off a little fatherly. I mean that by like Chris going easy on him and not, completely probing him with questions.
Now, I'm looking at this chat log here. 16 minutes into this discussion, you ask if she can do deep throat. Explain that to me.
I take it back. Maybe he is probing. At least he's asking, the usual questions. How old are you? How old was the decoy? What does deep throat mean?
No reason to explain.
No reason to explain. How do you feel about sex? You on birth control? Or are you sticking with condoms?
Now, I'm going to throw this out. His chat log is the main reason I don't want to go easy on this guy. His chat log is depraved. Starts asking a 13-year-old about birth control and deep throating is really fucking gross. But it gets worse.
Here's a guy, looks like the kind of guy anybody would be, happy to have their daughter date. You look at his MySpace page. His hero is God. His motto is Jesus rocks.
To be honest, I heard some of those Jesus kids from high school were freaky as hell. Kind of gross to state that on my YouTube channel, but here we are. But I mean, interesting deep dive, Chris. The facade, what's hiding behind the facade is probably something truly disturbing. I mean, Chris is right. The guy does seem like a nice guy, but he's probably a nightmare to be left alone with.
You got toys?
Is there a need?
Well, I want you to square that with what's on your MySpace website, where you talk about Jesus rocks.
That's the struggle I'm in.
And heroes, God, duh.
We're gonna do this too.
Well, you need to know that.
I'm actually surprised watching this that we got a walk away. Again, he seems like such a sweet kid who would respect authority and do what he's told. But you push those buttons and here comes the nightmare.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who try to meet teens online. If there's anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it. Otherwise, you're obviously free to be on your way.
Ooh, here it comes.
As I'm finishing my conversation with Cogburn, I ask if, there's anything else he'd like people to know. He turns and says,
Be careful. Keep your jeans in your jeans.
Keep your what?
Jeans in your jeans.
Jeans in your jeans. That's your advice. And it took me a few minutes to figure out what he was talking about, but...
I mean, I got it immediately. But go ahead, Chris. Also like that smart-ass, that's your advice.
He meant jeans as in DNA matter, in jeans as in pants. And it's his clever way of saying, don't get yourself in one of these situations.
Seriously, get on the ground! Get down on the ground! All the way down, down.
Now, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to do a small part of the aftermath. I tend to leave the aftermath for people who want to dive a little deeper, but listen.
In his interview with the detectives, he says that the most important thing that he's got to do is call his employer and say that he can't make it in for work. I mean, on almost every level, he seems like a diligent kid, but for this behavior online and the fact that he showed up to have this date.
Crazy, right? But at least he admits it here.
You say you're a virgin?
Yes, ma'am.
It gets pretty graphic here.
This is my dark side.
Okay. Well, we all tend to have one of those.
See, at least he knows he can be a nightmare. All the Jesus talk about restricting yourself and celibacy this and abstinence that is literally creating a monster. Dude's 22. He should be in college having the time of his life. We're done here.
I don't know what to say.
Everyone else has had more sex than me.
Well, that's it for Mr. Jesus Rocks. Want to see him now? Whew. So what do you guys think of him? Pretty unassuming guy, right? I would even dare to say he's handsome, so I don't see what would be his problem in getting a girl. Maybe he really is just a pedophile. I don't know. Thanks for watching. Bye.